Welcome. YouTube, welcome. TikTok, welcome you also. Today I have one of the Cambodian old-time favorite soup called sweet, no, not sweet, sour soup. I have already prepared my pork spare rib. Okay, chop it up nicely. And I blanch it, chop it to bite size, blanch, got rid of the impurities. So I'm really ready to cook today. The only thing I have left to do before you is and prepare these vegetables here. These vegetables here, it's been in my refrigerator for a little bit, so I really need to get rid of them before they're gone bad. So I found the bag of more chili. Look at that. Look at how pretty these colors are. This gonna burn inside out. But the studies say that pepper actually is good for us as long as we eat them moderately. If you can tolerate the volumes of the spices, okay? And I have jalapenos also. And jalapeno don't do much for Asian folk, okay? But these will satisfying their wish for peppers, okay? And also I have these eggplant here, okay? These are vastly grown in Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, and in Vietnam also. I don't know if they are in Philippines or Malaysia or Indonesia. I have not done my study, but mainly growing up, these are a vegetable that we grow for the market and from the backyard. You see that it's getting old. It's been on the shelf for many days, and I use it with other cooking when I make the dip, but I still have a few left over. So today I'm going to be using it to finish it off. Excuse me. We're going to do celery sticks today. Okay. I have a whole bunch of these from the other cookings. So we're going to chop this out for the soup. Okay, this would be perfect because the aromas and the fragrance from the celery stick will be good for some lamajou. And then to finish it off with a beautiful flavor is our good old tomatoes. Okay, not only that it provides nutritional loveliness to it, it's going to bring the vibrant color to our soup. As you know that I love colorful food. So this tomato here and the greens and the purple and the orange will spark off the pot of soup today. Okay, so today is Cambodian food. Okay, it came all the way from Cambodia. This recipe right here, it's been in my family. The kid loves it. Every time we have family gatherings or if they visited with me here, whether I visit with them there, they always ask for more. Okay, this is something that my grandkid had grown to love, grown to get used to Cambodian food. So some lamajou is one of those pot that the kids will remember. Okay, I remember because it was made during my time also. Okay. To do that, I have my cooking paste prepared. I made this about a month ago. I had a whole year supply of it. Remember, I have about about at least 15 pounds of lemongrass, and I made into cooking paste. Okay, this paste right here is good for spicy stir fry, pork, beef, or any meat of your choice. Today is no tofu. I wish I have tofu. I have not tried tofu with this particular pot yet, but we should. We could. And if you're vegetarian, vegetarian, you're welcome to explore tofu in this cooking. Okay, so I also have my holy basil. Holy basil is another type of herb that grown mainly in Southeast Asia, named Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos. Not so much in Vietnam, because Vietnamese do not cook this type of food unless they are Cambodia Krom. Then those are the Khmer descent. But then when I visit with them, when I cook this pot right here, they don't have no idea what this is about, okay? Because they are so used to Vietnamese cooking and Vietnamese cuisine. And they are not, some of them never been to Cambodia, or even though they bordered the country, but they never crossed over. But now Cambodian and Khmer Krom gotten to know each other better through war and through genocide. And today, with my great memories of my family from Cambodia and of course part Thailand, and want to bring unity, bring love to both countries. No bias. Stand for justice, stand for truth, stand for humanity. Okay, stand for humanity. Today, let's go and cook. Okay, don't want to go through that emotional roller coaster again. I have not gotten over, and a few things going on around the world also. Okay, so I because I just got it out from the freezer. I could have done that last night. I forgot. I was so tired. And also for these holy basil, I treat it in a way that I can leave it in the freezer for at least 5 or 6 months until the next season comes, and when the fresh one can reproduce, and then I will replenish the shelf, okay, or the fridge or the freezer. This right here is going to be delicious. Let's go and let's come in and cook with me right now. Okay, so let me turn your camera a little bit so you see what I'm doing in the by the stove. I know sometimes I neglect to do that, and I apologize for that. Okay, so I know I wish I can bring you over closer to the kitchen, but you know that overheat equipment can cause devastating ending and then bring harmful to my equipment. Therefore, I already have my pan ready. Okay, beautiful pan. So this is a kind of a cooking equipment that we need. Okay, stainless steel or the cast iron. Trying to stay away from aluminum cooking equipment, because those are not really good for us. But let's go to what we have today. Okay, if that's all you have, hey, you know what? One day we're gonna afford something better. Okay, so for health, for mental health, for physical health, for all health, let's go cook right now. Okay, the first thing I ought to do is to add some cooking oil, because I need to marinate my paste, my krương. We call it krương. So some law machu krương is this sour, spicy soup. Okay. Well, my krương is not spicy. Only comprised of lemongrass, kaffir leaf, kalango, garlic, and turmeric. So it's basically all the basic ingredients that we use in most of the Khmer cooking. But and I didn't add any chili. Normally I would add a whole bunch of chili already had established with the spiciness, but because my mom, I still have to particular attention for her, because she can't eat spicy food. If she tries, she get choked, and when she choked, the food can go, some of the food particles will land in her in a wrong pipe and will go into her lung, and that can cause devastating medical conditions, or even so I'm trying to avoid all that. Even when I cook, I will always have to remember to separate the cooking that for the family, that I will add a whole bunch of peppers, and because the grandkids and myself love spicy food and super hot. Okay, because that we used to that, we ingrained to that, we were born in it. So there's no denying that without all this hot stuff right here. Habanero don't do much. Okay, so habanero we can stand like hot wing. So and so it does not affect us. Okay, it does not affect us. We don't lose hair, we don't lose our eyelashes, nothing with the peppers eating. Okay, so I'm still here. My lash is still here, my hair is still here. So it depends on what people attitudes is about, what people propaganda and tell the world what food can cost and what food can do. Okay, but I know that growing up with all these, it costs longevity because my family used get to live to over 100 because eating all these spices. Okay, and we're gonna use a little bit of. I will do about 1 good tablespoon of cooking oil because we need to start processingเครื่อง okay เครื่อง that's Cambodian word roll that R เครื่อง okay เครื่อง is everything to Khmer cooking. Okay, it's good for curry, it's good for some lamaju, it's good for cha เครื่อง it's good for a mok, it's good for anything that you can breathe in Khmer food. เครื่อง okay, that's why lemongrass, galanga, and kaffir leaf and what else, the turmeric and garlic are so crucial in our cooking because that's what brings the beautiful, the delicious aroma. Okay. Other than that, cooking is bland, will be like suck, will be like nail. It's not my cooking. Okay, so because it was in the freezer, my it didn't thaw completely. I thawed in the hot water for a little bit, but I'm gonna use what I have that is already thawed. Okay, so I will need about a couple of these. Okay, so I do by vision shot. So you know, I've been cooking so long, you kind of know how much it would take to measure up. So you can see that it looked pretty close to a cup to me. Okay, so if it is not complete cup or over or under, it'll be fine because I still have a whole bunch here that I can add it on later. Okay, but I just want to welcome all of you today. Chef Vanna is about to make some lam maju krung. So we have pork ribs already processed, chopped in a nice bite size, and of course blanch. Okay, I gotta get rid of some of those impurity, the blood and all that picky smell. Okay, so it does not complete the take away the whole thing, but at least minimizing, so it's close enough. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and, if you want me to be exact, let's measure it. Okay, see what I'm talking about? That's why you know, through years of cooking, I don't have to measure nothing, but because I'm doing this for you, so I have to do all that so that you know that when I said it's about, it's about. I love cooking, but I don't like all that splashing. Cover it, okay? It's better than have oil splashing all over, and then you have to clean a big mess. So just let it simmer for about a second or so before we add our main ingredients here, which are the pork rib, spare pork rib that I already prepared, bite size. I chop it. So, there's no butcher living here. Okay, you can get it cut up at the butcher. Okay, if you do attend Asian supermarket, they will butcher it for you. That they will cut into however piece and sizes you desire. Just let the butcher know, and he will prepare it for you. But because I have no butcher here, Vanna know how to butcher myself. So here we go, bite size, and we have the bone intact. So yes, a lot of my cooking will include the bone into the soup, into into the cooking, because that's how it originated. This right here, it will work well with chicken, chao krung or some lo machu, sạch mon, or some lo machu, sạch go, which is the beef soup, or the sạch mon is the if this the sour or the chicken soup. Okay, so just like American soup, we have varieties of soup. Cambodian have the same way. We have breakfast soup, we have vegetable soup, we have sour soup, we have hot spicy soup. So imagine all kind of soup that we prepare. We have the regular soup that I made for you with the lofa, with the chayotes, and those are the just regular soup, just like winter squash and bitter melons. Those are the regular soup. Okay, this soup right here is super spicy, and I will make it spicy to feed the to meet the demand need in my young in my young customer in my house. Yeah. So I saute this for about a few minutes now. Okay. I can smell the aroma of the lemongrass, kalangas, and the garlic and the kaffir leaf are combined all together, infused in one pot here. I'm gonna go ahead and add a meat, okay, which the pork rib that I prepared today. Like I said, there's no limitation to this. To what meat you can use in your cooking. You can do with tofu, or you can do this with beans also if you are veggie or no, I'm sorry, vegan. Or if you're pescatarian, you only eat seafood, go ahead and do with the crab, do with the shrimp, calamari, fish, eel, abalone. Oh, that sounds good, abalone. Last night, I was at the oyster bar. My daughter was celebrating her 36th birthday with her friends, so I got invited, and they had a few drinks. I didn't know. I'm gonna go ahead and add one. Sorry, half cup of water for just to keep my meat from burnt. Because this soup right here, we probably can need about probably about 8 cups of water anyway to add on to create that soup base. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and marinate our meat with these spices here until it combined really well, until it got chance to cook and got chance to infuse among the ingredients that we have here. Okay, so it's important that the meats and the spices are clinging together, are grabbing the flavor. Okay? So when I bite into, or the family bite into the meat, you can feel that the ingredients are really infusing into the meat. The reason that we cook with bone, because bone provide bone marrows, provide the kind of nutrient that we ourselves eliminated, because we believe in perfect meat, perfect beef. So we left some of the basic nutrients in the meat. Okay, so and now. So see that? Okay, I mean, I have to give credit to the Asian brothers who were born with much knowledge in certain food products. Okay, I mean, American we're good, but we are Americans and Western part of the hemisphere are smart in technology, in bookworms, stuff like that. But the Asian people, they're smart in the lineage, in the history, in the food searching, in the abundance, in the value of food and nutritional. That they don't diminish things. They don't omitting. They don't take out any part of the beef, the cows. I mean the cow, the pork, or the chicken, because they believe that every part of the meat should be honored and should be consumed, should not be wasted, should not be insulted. Okay, but because we only get this kind of meat from the freezer, from the supermarket, it's already been designed to meet the consumer needs. So you never know how chicken feet look like or how they slaughter chicken. If you look at it, you won't want to eat. Okay, that's what a lot of vegetarians learn that, how. Anyway, I'm not going to go through it, but I'm just saying that we should be more appreciative toward the meat that we consume, and the farmer, those hard hands and hard days and hot days on the farm to make sure that all of us have all of this in our kitchen. Okay, I mean, if you're lucky with acres and you have backyard garden, you're lucky and you become self-reliant, self-sufficient, and have your own garden, and you're good. Okay, but for us who are relying on the farmer and the supermarket to bring us all these fresh ingredients, then it's a lot, because we don't have those access like me. Yeah, I have backyard here, but you can't grow much. Anyway, so I'm have a tamarind soup mix. Yeah. This is it has the sour flavor and some ingredient into it already. So it has a base of salt, limes, or even tamarind base combined. Okay, so that's what makes a soup sour. Or you can use lime juice, or even tamarind juice itself. Okay, but we are so accustomed to using this powder soup base, and it does not need to be refrigerated after single use. Okay, so I'm gonna do about 3 teaspoons. Okay, because it's gonna be quite a bit of a pot today, because I'm feeding my family of 8, and if there's a leftover, then they can enjoy it for the next meal. Because my kids always love the leftover. They said it's the best food to eat is after it's leftover or a day after. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add our tamarind base, soup base right now, is to sprinkle it all over our meat, so that way the meat will grab all these ingredients. When you take a bite, you see that, okay, these are well blended, well infused with herbs, spices, and this soup base here. I mean the tamarind soup base here. Okay. And another thing that I'll go ahead and add in there would be the soup base. Okay. I'm gonna use the chicken. I didn't because chicken will go well with meat, go well with pork, go well with vegetable. But if you're vegetarian, then you can do vegetarian soup base. Okay, I'm gonna use about 3 teaspoons also to get a hit of flavor. Okay, I'm gonna use the fermented fish also, which is the brohok. Okay, the brohok is like the essential ingredient. It has a very strong smell, pungent, between old socks or bad cheese. Well, no, I'm sorry, not bad cheese, or some cheese. Okay, some cheese had a strong pungent odor. Same thing. Okay, this is like century-old fish. Sometimes it takes that long to process the fermented fish, so I can say that at least about a year old before it put in the market. Okay, we could boil this up and drain it and use it in our cooking later on. I don't want to like spike up and infuse the home with the stinging pungent smell of fermented fish, because it has strong. I used this before in my other cooking. Okay, it's not too bad. Okay, but for people who are not accustomed to the pungent food, we say, "Ew." I agree with you, and I'm not gonna say anything bad. Okay, it is what it is my culture food. This is what we brought up with, we grow up with, so it doesn't bother me. You know, if my neighbor don't like it, they can welcome to close the window. Let me stir this up, okay? Oop. Let me show you the face of a meat. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Because these are the result of that hard work that I labor making the paste. Okay, so it's well balanced of every bit, every single drop, and every single speck of the ingredient that I did make this paste. Okay, look at it's curry alike, look alike, right? The only thing is not in here is the curry powder. Okay, if I'm gonna cook curry, I just add curry powder. We're gonna have like a fiesta. Okay, so and if I want to create this sauce and have it market, I could. Okay, but then the question is that I need a factory. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add some sugar in it because it's essential ingredients. Okay, I mean it have to have all elements of spice and ingredients. It's just the fact that we just like baking cookie. Okay, you have vanilla, you will have cooking, you have eggs, you have flours, you will have sugars and then baking soda. You know, same thing. Okay, all the cooking that we do, we have to have the essential basic ingredients that to help spike up, to help enhance, to help the taste of the food even more palatable, I mean delicious. Yeah, I'm going to increase the heat to allow the meat to cook a little bit in a few minutes. Oh, I beg your pardon. I need to add some fish sauce. I'm going to do about 3 tablespoons of fish sauce because they're going to be using a lot of liquid for this. So 3 tablespoons of fish sauce will not hurt us, okay? But it'll give a good start, a well blend of the sodium we need in this moment before I add the hot water to keep the meat boiling, okay? Because this is the spirit. And first of all, let me go ahead and cover it and allow these to cook a little bit longer before I add the liquid into it. Once the meat cooked really well here, and once I add the liquid to it, it will take about an hour or so before it get tender. Okay, we don't need like off the bone tender. We just need a good amount of cooking to make sure that we still be able to bite off the bones. Okay, so while I'm waiting for my beef to process or my meat to process, I will go ahead and take the time prepare our vegetable. Okay. Okay, with the eggplant, it'll turn tarnish once I cut it. To prevent it from tarnishing or turning brownish, I will have to sink it into water. To do that, and let me get another bowl so that way I can keep it fresh while we waiting for the rest of the vegetable to be done. Once the meat is tender, we can add it in like the last 15 minutes. That's all this vegetable will need to cook in the soup is about a good 5 minutes or a good 5 to 8 minute ish. Okay, we don't want this to get rotten, or I mean not rotten, get well done, because if it's too well done, then it will be like what? Like not solid. Okay, we want some solid piece of vegetables in a soup. Oh, you see at the end what I'm talking about. Okay, right now it's hard to describe. Sorry about that. It's later in the morning, but my brain is still foggish. I'm gonna add some water to it. I have a cup already, right? So I'm gonna do another cup. We have to keep track of our water. This is our boiling water. So because I can see that it's roasting on the bottom of this pan here. So I have 2 cups of water in there already. Yeah. Now we're good for a few minutes. Okay, we're gonna cook our meat in. Oh, let me show you how it looks right now with the water I just added in. So it's in between the meat, okay? So we have juice in between. It's not too dry, it's not watery, but it just keep the meat from burn sticky to the bottom, and also will allow the meat to infuse in our paste, okay? In our cooking paste, the green. Okay. For now, let's go in and process the eggplants. Okay, so this eggplant here, you can get this from the Asian store, and at some point I seen this at the American store also. You know, I appreciate the fact that Asian supermarket do appreciate the Asian vegetables such as this, but they're quite expensive. They're like a £5 per dollar. So you know, like in California, you can get a bag of dollars about a pound worth off. You know. But it is what it is. So I do 4/4 of this, so that way we have a small bite size. Okay, that, and you see that these are mature because the seeds are hardened, but the seeds are gonna be cooked thoroughly, so it won't be growing our stomach. My grandparents used to tell me that if we eat raw vegetable, and that the seed gonna grow inside our stomach, and I solely believe it. You know, now I look back to learn and to remember some of the thing that my grandparent, great-grandparent taught us. Is like no common sense, you know. And they used parable just like Christ did to his disciples and the people who follow him. You know, so. And I told you the story about the Ishi tribal people, about the prohibited river, right? So same thing for Khmer people. They have parable teaching. They're so knowledgeful, you know. They're so tricking into teaching the kid to believe certain things. Just like to say that if we eat fruit or vegetable with seeds, we are eliminating the, what you call it? We are eliminating the propagating or the spreading of the seeds. Yeah, because my people, when they eat fruit and vegetable, they don't put it in the trash. They throw it into the backyard. They throw it on the street. So that way, the fruits and the vegetable will grow without having to care for, because in the region that I'm growing up on, and we don't need watering because the rain does its work. It's a monsoon, you know, and and rain all the time. So literally, and that's why in the regions, a forestry, a plentiful of greeneries, fruit and vegetables, and the wild fruit and vegetable grow everywhere, and it doesn't belong to anybody but the land that belongs to the countries. So people feel free to pick them, harvest them, enjoy them, or even sell it in the market. Okay, so I'm done with the eggplant. So I have about 10 of the eggplants. Okay, so this used to have a name under the Thai eggplant, but if I say that, the Cambodian would say we have them too, and the Vietnamese said we have them too, and Laos said we have them too. So I'll say eggplants. Okay, and look like that. So that way no one is fighting about who do what and does what. Okay, and then the next thing I'll do is to do the celeries. The celeries are easy, and it does not take a long time to cook. Okay, and celery would give it like a beautiful flavor and aroma. I think my family are hungry because it's about noontime. Okay, my mom coming down. Okay, with these I'm gonna do this cut right here. Okay, still bite size. These I don't need to soak it because celery does not do that tricky transformations. And then in Cambodia they have a lot of varieties of vegetable that they can add onto their some long with chu krương. Okay, but here in US it's so limited to what I can attain to make my cooking. So I just do what I can and add the vegetable that's available that resemble it. I'm gonna add a lot of vegetable today because for me, I prefer more vegetable over meat. I may have a few bites of a few pieces of the meat, and then the rest will be the vegetables. And the kids know that that I prefer vegetable over meat. In fact, I used to be vegetarian, long time, from vegetarian for a long time. But then I came down with some health issue, and so I literally, the doctor have put me back on eating, adding more meat into my diet. So it took me a long time to get used to it. Though in my concept, I still trust in eating vegetable over meat. But I will eat them, but I don't eat like whole piece of 1 pound steak by myself. 1 pound of steak for me, I can feed the whole family by adding vegetable, and that's the fact, and that's what we call it. Eat moderately. They said that you cannot, you eat moderately, meaning that you consume regularly, but in the appropriate serving sizes. Okay. All right. So we have about, I would say about 3 cups of chopped cilantros, and I have about 10 Thai eggplant. Yeah, I've forgotten. I have about 10 to 12 stalks of celeries also. Okay, so I'm not even measuring it because I want as much of vegetable in this pot here, because it's gonna really with all this vegetable in combined, it's gonna make this cooking even more amazing. Okay, with this eggplant here, I'm gonna use it up because these are very expensive. All these ingredients here, fresh ingredient here, are very expensive. I mean, it is affordable, but then consider in California, this will be just $1.50, but here, looking at $3, $4, $5 is a big difference in prices, and that because we are non-agricultural community here in Las Vegas. So I'm gonna add it up, okay? Because my family gonna eat it, I will eat it, my mom will eat it, and yeah, these two, it will tarnish, okay? I will need another bowl of water. I'm not sure, okay, the natural currents in the eggplants, it has that natural current chemical that once it exposed to air, it'll turn brown. And it's not bad, okay, it's not bad, it's just not pretty, that's all. So when I do serve fresh, make sure that I bathe it in lime juice to keep it from turning tarnish, okay. Because this will cook quick, so I might add this last. Okay. So this will allow my family to eat all the vegetable I add in here. Okay. I will submerge this to prevent it from turning tarnish. And because I love colors, today we're gonna use some of my leftover sweet peppers. Remember, this will help make this pot look amazingly beautiful. Okay, I use that in the other cooking. I'm finishing it up because it's been in the fridge for a few days now. Okay, right. So this is gonna add the look, and of course this. Oh, I'm gonna add this already, so that way, oops, I can't because I have to do last because of my mom. Remember, guys, when you taking care of your parents, and you know they're older folks, so they are so they are so receptive to, they are sensitive to certain type of food. So have to be mindful and respectful, okay? So I'm gonna add tomato. The reason I add tomato, because the acid flavor from the tomato will really like enhance this soup right here to allow it to like have its best flavor, you know. And of course, I had this tomato for the last few days, and it get wrinkly because it needed to be eaten. So this is the perfect time for me to minimize some of this fruit and vegetable I have in the fridge to prepare for my next shopping. Okay, so I also have cherry tomatoes. I do the same way. And no, my mom decided to come down here and have a conversation. I'm sorry about that. I think she's hungry. When she's hungry, she'll come down and look at me like, where's the food? I would love to encourage you to try this at home. The only tricky ingredient that you probably have to learn how to make will be the cooking paste, okay? And I will leave that on my YouTube descriptions area, okay? I will do just a very basic, but I have the whole cooking demonstration on how to make this paste here, but it was in like in a mega productions that was like a whole year, the whole year full of supply. So I can break it down in one cooking size, okay, which is what I'm doing right now, is 1 cup of paste. I had this sweet cherry tomato that I was supposed to have salad with, and I think I had too many. In fact, my sister brought this from California. That's why I have too many. Okay, because this cherry tomato can be pricey, and I'm not about to waste any fruit or vegetable. The reason I pierce it in half because I wanted to the flavor to release and make the soup taste even more palatable. Right, so here go wonderful color that's gonna go in our soup soon, okay? And then I'm gonna do some jalapeno. Make sure that you, what I do in my cooking is that I always make sure that the fruits and the ingredients, the fresh ingredient that I'm gonna be using in the cooking, make sure that I wash it thoroughly, air dry, bag it, and put in the fridge. And then I rewash it when I need it, okay? So if you see that, oh, I don't wash my vegetable, I did. I washed it earlier. So here are the jalapeno. And when my mom is talking, I can't stop her. She'd be angry with me. And she will say, I can't say nothing. And that's the blessing of, you know, having your parent with you, is that they seem to have that authority over everybody who's younger than them, which is, you know, respectable. My kid respects me, my grandkid respects me. We had that hierarchy. My mom's like a patron for the man. What's the name for the woman who in authority in the family? So we divide our authority. So we have my mom level, my level, my children, my children level, and their children level. So we have great grandma, mom, and children. Okay, so there are 4 generations in this household. Imagine peace. Yeah. All right. So yeah, it's while I'm doing all the talking, the meat gotten receded. I mean, the juice got receded. So I'm gonna add. It's a good time to add. It's a good time to add more liquid to it. Okay, because the meat got chance to blend in and infusing in the amazing grilled. It smells so awesome. It's not pungent yet until I add the stinking fish, okay? We call it stinking fish. The Westerner call it stinking fish, but we call it essential. Okay. I have 2 cups of boiling water already. I'm going to add a few more until I see that my meat submerged, okay? So I have 2 from the previous, 3, 4, 5. Not quite 6 yet, but we'll make it 6, okay? It's in fact, I probably need about another 2 cups. Okay, I'm gonna do that now. This is regular water, not room temperature water. But I'm gonna go ahead and increase the heat so that way it'll boil quicker. Okay. You're leaving to the shop now?
Sorry, I don't want to bother you while you're recording.
Oh no, you're fine. Well, I thought you guys left. That's why I cooked.
Oh no, you're good. I gotta go buy some more school clothes for these kids.
You have Walmart cart, right?
I do. You want to eat it?
No, you can use it, and I probably need it.
Okay. I'll leave it up here.
Okay.
Okay. You need anything else?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Why are we biting each other?
Huh?
Why
Did you clean it with the peroxide?
Cleaned it, but it's no broken skin. But why were we biting each other?
Well, you girls are having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Remember I drove you home?
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
We only had 4 shots. But that's the thing, we don't drink that much.
Well, because you haven't drank that much, that's what affects so badly.
But why were we biting each other?
Well, because you guys love each other.
Oh, see, I knew it.
It was a love bite. But she didn't try to bite me over. She kissed me all over. I mean, she was like, got me like 20, 100 kisses. I'm like,
Did she text you? She said she's so sorry.
well, she didn't say sorry. She kissed me. I don't think she
texted me,
remembered.
she
But
goes,
she remembered that I took her home.
Yeah.
Did she got her car back?
She did, she did.
Did you got your car back?
I'm about to go get it too.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna work my way. Thanks, Mom.
All right, happy birthday, beautiful.
Thank you. Call me if you need anything else.
We're gonna get cake.
Okay.
I'll get some.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
When the family together, we can blow a
Okay.
cake.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay. My daughter, she had a birthday yesterday, so like I said, I got invited to their the lady gathering. So there was two girlfriends that was from high school. Okay, they love each other. They consider me their mom, and if they watch me cooking this, they was like, I always cook for her kid. Bring us some. So. One of them are Vietnamese descent. She's an American. She's born to the Vietnamese parents, the American and Vietnamese family. So she's a gorgeous American, the Vietnamese descent, gorgeous young lady, gorgeous children of her. And I met her when I was living in Fresno. She was friend to my children. So it's been, this is like in 2019 when I met these young ladies. They were still in middle school, so they were friends at middle school, they were friends at high school, they were friends now. They have their own kids, and her children, her gorgeous, the one that I have to drop off. She had two beautiful young ladies, two beautiful daughters. They're all over 18 now. So she was looking at me like, Mom, how do you do it? Always the question, how you do it. I'm frustrated because dealing with the young adult children who are over 18. Of course, kids grow with attitude. We just grow with wisdom. Okay, so until they taste of their own, the taste some of their experience, taste of their turmoil, adversary, and then they'll learn. So we'll let them learn. And my daughter said the same thing. She used to be, well, this one right here, she was a cantanker. She used to cut her own hair. She was like a tomboy, and she instigators. She's a happy child, smart but mischievous. And my oldest, she's also mischievous. She used to cut their own hair, when they come home from work, and there was spot on their hair, and some of the picture I have in a day where I have to like cut their hair so short evenly to blend, right, to match. So little I know that with their experience as a child, doing makeup, doing the hair, doing the nails, and all that, now they all have their degrees in estheticians, in nail making, in the lashes making, in the hair business. So if you see the kid doing weird stuff, cutting their own hair and neighbor's hair or doll's hair, it's not because they have psychotic episode disorder. Their futures are shining. So, and that's the goal that they follow. So, so I used to get so angry with them. I said, why, keep cutting their hair? Not just one, many times. Many times where they like cutting their own hair. So there's a time where I have to hide all the scissors, but that didn't deter. But anyway, so I'm just saying that kids have wild imagination. It's like they're intuitive. They're intuitive, just like something that were born to the indication from very young age. I mean, the 3 of my kids in the salon business. Okay, even got their spouse to one of them got the spouse to become a barber. He's the master cut. He cut hair for men, And for my this one right here, she does the lash extension. She can do hair, facial, and the two in the East Coast does a combo. My oldest, she did everything: makeup, hair, nail, facial, waxing, anything. It's like whatever you like, I'll do for you. You know, if she used to get hired to dress up or to even do makeup for the bridesmaid, get the lashes going. You know, the micro lashes, well, not micro lash, the micro braid, what do you call it, eyebrows, okay, the lash extension, the nail, the toes, like the whole thing, the hair, the coloring, the extensions. And sometimes the young lady would be in the shop whole day, okay, spend thousands of dollars trying to make herself look good for the special day, you know. And yeah, it was like amazing to watch those. Okay, so I have what, 3 jalapenos? No, I have 2. Okay, I'll add more. But then I already have this sucker right here. This would do. When it break into small pieces, you'd be sweating. I can handle it. I know you can't handle, but if you're gonna try this, you can eliminate all these. Okay, but remember that without the chili, it'll be like swimming without water. That makes sense. Be like you're swimming without water. Nothing happened. Same thing, you know. The same thing for Asian cooking. If you can't stand the chili, just like you cannot stand the heat. Okay. If you want to tan, you have to suffer in the heat. If you want some good spicy food, you have to suffer in the consumption. But I'm not forcing you. But you can't. Okay. But this thing, it need build up. It's gonna build up. If you try a little bit at a time, and over time you will build the rations or tolerance. Okay, just like when we exercise, if you have not walked the entire existence and now you want to start doing something physical activity into your life, and you walk like quarter of a mile, you're like out of your breath, and then if you keep practicing over time, you know, then you will reach quarter of a mile, 5 blocks, 10 blocks, soon you can run the marathon. So it takes build up. It needs that duration. It needs that determination. It needs action plan. It needs the desire that you want to do something, you achieve. If the man gone to the moon, if you want to lose weight, if you want to take care of yourself better, you want to stop drinking, you want to stop doing the thing that hurt your body, hurt your physical being, then you have the power to alternate that. Okay, you really do. Okay, you do. You have control over the whole livelihood. Not me, not the doctors, not the lawyer, not the judge. You were born with that intuitive. You were born with that intellect. Okay, some of us recognize more than others. Some say, I'm not smart. I never passed the high school. It's not true. You're smart. It's just that you didn't do enough to bring out your intellect, the intellect, emotional intellect, okay. Emotional intellect. Right. Let me sample this and see where it stands with the tamarind soup base and the what do you call it? The salt, the sodium. Okay. I know I still have to add the fermented fish, but I need to sample it first to determine how much I need. At this moment, it's still low in sodium, which is perfect spot for me able to add the fermented fish to allow this some lamaju to really like transform from basic some lamaju to the like authentic Khmer cooking. Is gonna like sting up the house. We call it aroma. We don't want to use the word sting or pungent because it can bring the misconstrued that this is bad food. It's not bad food, okay? I've been eating this all my life, so it can't be bad. If it's bad, I won't be here, so let's put it that way, right? So we have this part right here is packed with the with these nutritional herbs and spices. Okay. So I have my holy basil. Okay, holy basil is not like holy basil. It's related to the basil. It's just that it has different aroma than basil. If you don't have holy basil, I would recommend that you can use the regular basil, but it's not going to be that authentic aroma, because though I don't have fresh one, I have a frozen one, because I collect a whole bunch of this just last month. I process it and I put it in the freezer. Okay, and I'm gonna use a whole bunch of this because this smell. This part right here without the holy basil, it was not complete. Okay, but if you can't get it, you don't have it, you know what, if you want to make this, you go ahead and do what you need. Okay, as for me, I went to the extra mile, to extent, to extra state to do this. Okay, I got this from California. Yeah, California. California is a state that I lived for 40 years. Okay, for 40 years. When I moved to Las Vegas, this is my 5th year in Las Vegas. I make it home, make Las Vegas a home, but then I still very nostalgic. I wanted to, it's time that where I want to go back to live in California, but then that moving thing, it really suck. Okay. So if I measure this, I will do about a cup. This is a whole lot, okay? But we do have a cup, because this is a whole lot already, because this is like, it'll be like one bunch of holy basil. Okay, this is frozen. Like I said, this is like the heart of the cooking here. I mean, if you don't have it, you can go ahead and substitute it with regular basil, or just have it without. It's just that it's not complete. Okay, but there's time that we can't have complete of everything. So okay, this is the time where I'm gonna go ahead and separate this for my mom. Okay, I want to add her vegetables separately, and the remain of the rest of the soup here, I would add all kind of chili in it. Before I do that, let me go ahead and prepare my perahok. Okay, I have here. So I'm going to be using about 1/4 of cup. You know, no, I just have a cup. I'm sorry, folks. I use chopstick for everything, without have to have your hand contact with any kind of ingredients or meat. And learn to use chopstick, because these right here, if I touch it, it will bleed onto my hand and my nail, and I'm gonna smell that the pungent smell of perahok the rest of the day until I bleach it off. I use the bleach to bleach it off. Yeah. So I'm gonna use about, so this is 1/3 of the cup. Okay, so it's a little bit bigger than 1/4 of the cup. I'm gonna go ahead and add the same amount of water here, because I have to boil it down to get the flavor and to get the bone off of the perahok. Okay, because fish had fish bone, and we don't want that in the cooking. And a lot of people just add this from beginning when I added the paste, the grill. But I like to add mine last, because I told you that it's gonna stink up the house. So the pungent can be like, it can stay in the house just like you use the what you call it, the fragrance for the house. It's gonna be the opposite. Sometimes Sometimes when I cook this, I will light up the candles, the fragrant candles, just to to help refreshing the house, you know, because sometimes again kids say, "Hey, what's that?" But now they get used to the smell of the prahok, okay, because they now living with me for the last 5 years or so they get used to it. But their parents cook this all the time, but you know, when they're younger, now they got older, they experience more in our traditional cooking. So even my grandson recognized that when they come down, oh grandma, you make sour soup, oh grandma, you chocolate, oh grandma, you do this and do that, so they can distinguish the different from each cooking aroma. So I'm proud of them though, cute little Cambodian kids. So I'm gonna go ahead and divide this for my mom. My mom, she's a small eater, so I'm gonna do about 1 small bowl for her. Okay. In fact, she doesn't like all the meat neither, so I'm gonna go ahead and give her more of the soup, and we'll add the vegetable for her, and the remainder will be for the family. Okay, so I have about 2 cups worth of soup for mom. And then I would cook it the same format, and then I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients for her. Also, that way she will have the same flavor that I have here. I'm going to add another, how many cups did I have with water already? I don't remember. I have to go back and review the videos. Yeah, so I'm going to add another, that's about another cup. Okay. Sorry about that. I lost my track. Because I have to bring up the level of the meat. It have to submerge the meat. When I add the vegetable, it'll be just a perfect blend of the soup, the liquid, and the meat and the vegetable, because I still have a lot of vegetable here. I can add a couple more cups of water, but still be fine. But if I do that, then I have to increase every other ingredient, such as the soup base. Probably just a little bit more of the salt or the sodium. It's already like caused a magical aroma already, but I will need this later on, okay? Because we need to filtrate, make sure that the fish bone does not leak into the soup. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my mom soup here. I'm gonna go ahead and add her vegetables to her. Okay, I'm gonna add some celeries. Eggplants. Well, I'll add this in a few minutes. But I have to sample the meat first and see where the meat is, whether the meat is ready, is tender enough for me to add the vegetable in it. Smells good. It's very tender. Tastes so good. So I'm going to go ahead and add celery because it's going to take a minute to cook. It's looking pretty. You got some green in it. Wait until I add the rest of this colorful vegetable. It'll be magical. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and add a chili now, okay? Because that is not breaking. So I'm gonna bite into it when I'm serving this, okay? It looks so good. I'm gonna add this already because I want the jalapenos to excrete it, to what you call it, to release the flavor. Because I needed that because it's bland right now. It had no chili flavor. I wanted it to be a burning pot soup here. So when my kid eating it, they'd be like suffering with the sweating over their forehead, and for me, the sweat from the eyes. I think I got more fat under my eyes, so when I eat hot food, it started sweating through my bottom eyes, which is good though. You know, you don't have that saggy looking eyes. And it is a way to minimize the saggy eye too. You know that, right? There's certain exercise and those are the water retention, so you need to really like or depend on how much you're drinking your coffee, your coffee, your soda, and your sodium intake, because sodium intake when your liver don't work correctly and it does not clean well. So to do that, you have to learn how to do certain exercise, you know, a certain massage movement to get rid of those saggy eyes. But even have those magical cream, you put it on and then go like it, you know, it removes the saggy eye. But there's a cheaper way to do that. Just need consistency and self-care. Okay, because I am adding the vegetables, so at this point I'm gonna go ahead and add okay, let me add the eggplant in first. You know what? I'm gonna add some juice in there too because it looked like I need juice. There you go. It's gonna boil quick. There you go. It balanced out. Because I moved some juice for my mom here, and okay. While I'm waiting for celeries and eggplant to process for a few minutes, I need to get one thing done. Excuse me, please. Sorry. I have to cook rice for Mom. Sorry about that. Oh, welcome back. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and add our eggplants. Give Mom some more celery. Okay. Let me bring about to you so you see how it's transformed already. Okay. Thus far, this is how it looks right now with the vegetable that I just added and the liquid to the top. Okay. So I'm gonna let it boil for a minute and then I'll add the rest. Okay. The remainder are the tomatoes and the sweet peppers. Oh, I need to sample right now and see where the I'm gonna add another tablespoon of this sour soup base, or maybe 2. I think I have 3 before, so altogether it'll be 5. Because what happened is that when I add the vegetable in there, it it diluted. I'm gonna do that for Mom also. Oh, the house is about to explode it already. Okay, let's go ahead and add our holy basil. Hold on. Yes, there we go. Oh, now that you're gonna like how it look. Okay, this is gonna spark the pot. Look at that. This is just like perfect stew. Yes, let's call this Cambodian hot stew. Okay. Look at that. This is the kind of thing that I appreciate. The vibrant colors. And I'm gonna go ahead and add holy basil, some for Mom, and the rest go in there. And our last of our ingredients, the puncheons, fermented fish. I'm gonna do for Mom's about, I'll do 1 tablespoon first because her is small, although 2. I'll sample it and I'll come back and survey it. Okay, let me survey Mom's. I'll do 1 more tablespoon and she's good to go. Why did I feel like there's pepper in here? I don't put any pepper in here. Hold on. Now it's a turn for this big pot here. Okay, we're gonna do. We're gonna start this much first. I think the vegetables outnumber the beef, which is fine with me. I don't care too much about the beef. I'm gonna eat most of the vegetable anyway. The celery is cooking really well. The eggplant also, so I'm gonna have to be gentle when I turn this here because I don't want to damage the vegetable that's already done. Anima. Okay. I'm clear to add more of it. I'm gonna finish it, okay? Because I'm probably gonna add another couple more tablespoon of fish sauce. So see all these are the bones right here, okay, or the skin of the fermented fish. That's why it's not safe to even put in the cooking. So I'm glad that we had it removed. For Mom, I need to cook it a little bit longer because the teeth are not that good. And for this right here, let me sample one last time what I still need in here. So, I'm gonna add another tablespoon of sugars because that's what's lacking. Okay. So we have 2 tablespoons of sugars. I'm gonna add another tablespoon of chicken bouillon because all the vegetable I added it reduced the flavor of other ingredients. So I have 4 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. As far as the salt, I think I'm good. This one is hot. I can feel it. It's burning my lip. There you go. We have it. Yeah. Without spoiling the vegetables, but for Mom, I let it boil for a minute because it needed to. A little bit for Mom also. Okay, let me scoop and serve Mom because she's sighting. She must be hungry. I know how that is. Am I, Mom? It's not done. Em tâm làm bài thêm tiếp. Let me serve my mom. See, she have enough for 2 servings, so. My mom, she's a small eater, but she would have more than just 2 servings. Okay? Here we go for mom. It's delicious. Come on. Anh đang chăm không mày? Chăm không mày?
Chăm phi ba nên bắt cho nó. Rồi. Rồi nè, mày nè.
Mình ấy pra nên tao, anh đi chăm không tụ. Rồi một tiết bài tao không. Yung ban đi cái ubi pra đây. My collection. Okay, here we go. Let's do this.
Thầy chọn mày ăn luôn. Mày mì cho mày là. Mày ghé lại đi. Lại.
Okay, here we go. There's some raw material that we've been labored for the last couple hours is completed. Okay. I started about 11 o'clock. It's 12:30 now, so we did a good job on the timing today. Not too long. Okay. Anyway, this is gonna be a delicious meal. You just need a good serving of grain of your choice. If you want to have this with bread, you're welcome to. But traditionally, it's supposed to eat with white rice, brown rice, sticky rice, whatever rice that you prefer, or whatever grain you prefer, you will be fine. Okay. Right. So let's take a look. You want a survey? You could. I'll bring you. Okay. Right. We are good. Okay. For my YouTube. There you go. Survey. Oh yeah. You want to survey the pot also? Here we go. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Let me undo that. Okay, heard the pot. It's messy, but you know what? It's the soup that we're looking at. Okay. It's the delicious soup we're looking at. There you go. Right, folk. I'm gonna not keep you longer. I will go ahead and close down because I got a few things to take care of today before we depart. Just want to let you know that I appreciate your time on here. Okay. I appreciate your time on here. It means the whole world for your love, your support. The heart you sent today is magnificent. My YouTube fan, followers, I appreciate you also. You've been such instrumental inspiration for me. I love that about all of you. I appreciate all of you. Please help like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Jump over and show me the support. I appreciate all of you, and I send love and hugs to those who are in affliction, those who are recovering from whatever situation you're in. I hope that if you believe in the powers, may be protected, and maybe you be healed. You find sense of unity, find sense of forgiving, find sense of love your neighbors. Okay. I appreciate all of you. Send love and hugs.